Good day, everyone. Yes, that is an adult Paimon that you can see on the left on the screen. Watch the previous video if you want more information about it. So let's talk a bit about the Sumeru sort of live stream and so on. I must just say there's a lot of good and bad things about it, and I think the biggest thing that was sort of detracting for me was the extremely long interviews where they just talked a bit about the environment, which I felt was kind of pointless because we are going to experience the environment. We're going to sort of figure out what all those things sort of mean. It just felt like like an half an hour that I was just like sitting there, and I didn't really get anything juicy because they have already shown a couple of things like through the preview streams and so on. So I wasn't really too happy about that. But the things that did make me happy were obviously the new characters, although there was a certain lack of certain characters that I'd want to see. So I'm not really happy, but I know one of my channel subscribers loves Nilo, so I'm very happy for him that at least he got his chance to sort of see her. But me, I was just a bit unlucky on that front, but hey, we'll see that those characters in the future. So the big thing, or the big positive for me, was them reworking the artifact strongbox, so I don't need to revisit these old sort of domains, which means we can now spend our resin on the new regions, for instance more of Inazuma and more of Sumeru. So that is an actual very big plus. Really enjoyed it. I did enjoy the fact that we get a new artifact set. So obviously we have the Dendro set, which will shred Dendro resistance and give a Dendro damage bonus, because I don't think, and they did not mention this, but you cannot swill Dendro, so all of the benefits of the VV set on Kazuha, Sucrose and Venti, you don't get that, and you don't get the Dendro elemental bonus that Kazuha or Sucrose with her elemental burst, if she would have swilled Dendro, can give you. So I'm very happy with that artifact set. And then of course the other big artifact set, which is a Yae Miko sort of designed artifact set. So what is the big thing that we've said months ago when Yae Miko came out? We said, well, her two most optimal team comps would be a mono electro sort of team comp, and the other one would be a completely reaction based team comp. And this artifact set works really well for Yae Miko in both cases, because in the mono electro team you just want attack percentage increase, and in the reaction based team you want as much EM on Yae Miko, and that's also going to increase her attack. So very happy. Great artifact set, very good addition. A couple of other things would be like the events where we get more trial characters. I think that's very good, because that gives me content to make how do you beat the event with trial characters, characters that are available to everyone. So it's very good that we still get events with trial characters. I think it's a very great that Hoyoverse does this. One of the downsides that I think, or for me a downside, was the fact that they didn't really sort of showcase the Dendro reactions in a realistic environment. I mean, they've got Kokomi on the banner in like the second half. Use Kokomi, show us like in a real boss fight how all of these reactions can be chained together. I mean, there's nothing wrong with showcasing this, especially if you're gonna have an event where you have a bunch of trial characters. In fact, if they had shown something like that in the sort of trial sort of preview, it would have been so awesome. But yeah, this is again whoever's thinking that their player base needs enemies to be nerfed, when in reality it's just a bunch of very low level AR players complaining. But yeah, really out of touch. In any case, the Kokomi banner I think is like really good. I hope she has some story, but I sort of really doubt they're going to give Kokomi any justice. I think the reason she's on the banner is because of the fact that Kokomi is currently the most consistent AoE off-field Hydro applicator, or the best one currently in the game, and that makes a lot of sense when you have all of these Dendro and Electro reactions. So Kokomi stocks definitely climbing. Very happy to see that as well. At the end I had like the whole music thing, which I thought was like really cool. I listened to it, it was like really good. And yeah, that is sort of all about the positives that I can sort of say. A couple of very big negatives for me is the fact that we didn't really get any proper system updates, apart from like the artifacts. There was no mention of how we are going to tackle, for instance, new player lockout, how we perhaps could, for instance, increase the resin count in the game and so on. It seems that they're very reluctant to give us more resin, like 200 resin a day. So that to me was like a very, very big downside, a very, very big letdown. There was no other mentions of optimizations. And this is the other thing that bothered me as well. Why didn't they like give us fully 4K like rendered gameplay? They gave us like a sort of HD preview of the game, and even the in-game rendering is, I mean, I'm sure I'll be able to render it like a lot better on my screen. It's just, what are the devs thinking? It's just, I don't know. So for me, it's just like, you know, this is your chance to wow people. This is Sumeru. This is a major, massive update. And yet, you know, with other games doing the rounds, as a development team, we certainly did a very mediocre job of it. I don't know how else to put it. It really did not feel like such a good sort of live stream to me. Yeah, and then of course their explanation of the events were very, very stock standard. The only thing I think I can look forward to is the story quests and stuff, but I mean that's a given. We know the story, the music and stuff's going to be really good. But after that, what else do we have? What are the long-term plans? And we haven't gotten anything like that. Nothing truly, truly substantial. And I think that's probably like my biggest letdown. Yeah, so very mixed feelings on my side, but do let me know what you guys think. And, you know, what do you think of little Paimon here on the screen? Do you want to see her more in the future videos and so on? I'm certainly very keen to just sort of showcase her. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and cheers.